12-year-old me would have cried if he heard, like, 33-year-old me say this. If you gave me the choice between a pizza that had, like, 8 different kinds of sausage on it, or a pizza that had, like, prosciutto and arugula, I would take, and this is on flavor, I would take the prosciutto and the arugula over the big sausage pizza any day of the week. Because every time I order it's not just flavor, every time I order the big sausage pizza, the box comes with a hole in the middle for some reason. I gotta stop ordering from that pizzeria. The Ryan Gary Experience podcast when? I should start my own podcast. I got some interesting ideas, man. I'm just not sure the world's ready for it. Ah! Hey, Davey, pull up that scientific literature. Hey, Davey, yo, that's crazy. Can you pull up the consensus opinion of all the experts in the field on this? Whoa, that's nuts. Hey, so we got an interesting one for you today. We've invited someone on the podcast that represents the average belief of the smartest people in the field. We're going to mix it up. Boo! Boo! You can boo me all the way to my $7,500 contract with Tubi. Let's start with a Monster Energy drink. I said we were going to argue. Let's argue. I don't drink energy drinks. I have had a few in my life. Of the Monster Red Bull Continuum, I prefer to have a Red Bull. But even then, here's my thinking. I drink coffee. I'm not saying I'm above caffeine, okay? I drink coffee, though, on a daily basis. The branding of a Monster doesn't speak to me. The taste I find a little sickly. The ingredient list scares the crap out of me. I'll stick with water, thanks. Now, I think that's one that's not going to make people happy, but you have to acknowledge that this is my tier list, okay? Plus twos, I'm surprised. By the way, Red Bull's going to be in the same tier, so if you're like, oh, thank God, all those Monster fanboys are getting owned, but my Red Bull's going to be safe, you are incorrect, for the record. By the way, you guys, I hope you're happy you ruined Midnight Mass for me. I had watched 3 episodes of Midnight Mass, and people were like, yeah, that show's really good, except for the part where it's 100% fucking monologues. And I was like, you guys are haters. You don't know what you're talking about. And then every episode I've watched since then is somebody walking into a room, sitting down in a chair, and then someone asks them a question that's like, what'd you have for lunch? And then they're like, lunch. What an interesting concept. You know, when I was born on this island, my dad used to work so early I never saw him for breakfast. I would wait for him all day. They would come home at 1 p.m. stinking of cuttlefish and brine. Then he would pull out his haul from the sea, back before the spill. And he would let it spill out all over the kitchen sink. Crabs, scallops, sea creatures I couldn't even identify. And then my mom, she was so happy to see him. She would give him a great big hug. You know, this is before the arthritis. And then she would pick up the crabs and the squid and the cuttlefish, and she would scrub them off, remove their shells, get the boil ready to go, put a little Old Bay seasoning. And it would just like, I'm watching the show and I'm like, damn, this episode is like 2 hours long. And I'm like 15 minutes into the episode, it's just one dude sitting down in a chair talking. He just had to answer one simple question. It never, I'm now on like episode 5. And it's just, I don't think 4 characters have spoken in the last 2 episodes. It's just like one guy talking for 40 minutes and then another guy going, that's true. And then hitting him with like a Bible verse. Anyway, I still like it a lot. Honestly, like it made me cry a little bit. You're virtue signaling? I'm not virtue signaling. If me having a mask on makes it 0.1% chance less likely that I infect another daycare parent with anything that means that their kid has a less chance to get sick, which means they're having a less chance to go to daycare and getting my kid sick, which means my kid has to stay home from daycare, and that fucks my whole week up. It's not even, it's a completely selfish action for me to wear the mask. And I'll keep doing it. I don't have any ego about, like, look at how strong I am. I'm not wearing a mask outside. I'm like, man, if this even has like a slight chance to save one of my weeks over the next 2 years, I'll do it every day. And my daughter, who is like not even a year and a half old yet, she loves broccoli whenever she eats it. Then someone in chat suggested spinach, and I think I have a take that chat's not ready for. I feel like spinach is the worst leafy green. I take arugula over spinach any day of the week. I take kale over spinach any day of the week. I take romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, red leaf lettuce. I'll take iceberg lettuce over kale any day of the damn week. This is not a leafy green. I probably would take spinach over radicchio or radicchio. I can't remember how it's spelled. I just know how it tastes in my mouth, because that again tastes like something you would get under the sink. That's like the red. It's like red lettuce. It's not red leaf lettuce, but it's like, you know, sometimes you see it in like a spring mix. Minus 200? Holy cow. That's a lot. Pogging my way downtown. Prage is past. Chad is fast and lull bound. It kind of works. You have +2 for that, and yet what I said, you'd only eat iceberg lettuce if you were in the attached hotel restaurant of an Iowa DoubleTree. People were like, hating on the middle class. -2. Now, chocolate milk has a lot working against it for me, okay? I don't really like the flavor of chocolate. I don't have much of a sweet tooth. I find bovine milk to be a bit of a strange concept that is only considered normal because of the fact that a lot of people do it and have done it for like thousands of years. But when you think about it, you know, from a higher order, like a bird's eye view, this shit is kind of weird. And also, I think you guys are all in the pocket of the milk industry, who has you thinking that if you don't drink 2 glasses of milk a day, you're going to end up with broken bones, even though you live a largely sedentary lifestyle. Chocolate milk, without a doubt, even as a child, and this will ring true, I'm sure, because you know me, at least you know what I tell you on Twitch. I've been old since I was young. Even as a kid, I preferred the regular milk over the chocolate milk. I'm not even talking about banana milk, strawberry. I was always just like, give me the normal milk. Save the chocolate for the people who want it. I would stick with water, thanks. Root beer. I think root beer is actually, like, in terms of the broad soda categories, root beer is the best. It's superior. It is if I was to drink a non-diet soda at a restaurant, it would probably be a root beer. Hits different out of a glass bottle. Just tastes nice. I don't know what the flavor is. I guess it's like vanilla. It's not root, let's be honest. They want you to think that they're putting, you know, like birch bark into a decanter or something like that. It's vanilla extract or something. Maybe like a little bit of cinnamon, but it's delicious. You know, I would say root beer. I wouldn't keep it stocked because I might drink too much, but I'll say maybe at a restaurant. I am like fairly anti-milk. I mean, if I'm looking at the rest of this list, I think this is where the bulk of the argument is going to be. You already know it's going in the all stick with water, thanks. I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. If you like milk because it tastes good, then that's fine. I don't have a quarrel with you. Is only that my main issue is when people are like, I drink it because it's like a superfood. And I'm like, it's really not at all. Like it has a lot of calcium in it. When was the last time you ever like turned on the news and they were like the nation's been overcome by calcium deficiency? You get it out of like your diet ambiently. You don't need to supercharge. It's the same as eating like 10 oranges because you're worried about your vitamin C. Why don't you just like eat I don't even know, like a spoonful of tomato sauce over the course of 24 hours? Did people say it's got 10 grams of protein per cup? That's like, it's a lot. But it reminds me of like when people say like, oh, I eat a lot of nuts because they have a lot of protein. They do have some protein, but like if you care about your protein intake and you're trying to amp it up, you're gonna have to eat like 2,000 calories of peanuts in order to eat the equivalent amount of protein as like one salmon fillet or like a little chicken breast or something like that. So like and it's not even vegan, so it's not like it's a meat alternative, I guess, but only for people that are like, I don't like meat, but I still drink a cow's breast milk. If you like the taste, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that, okay? It's only the false argument that it's a good food. Like it's good for you, I should say. I'm on doctor's orders to drink whole milk. Okay, well, like, you might be the exception that proves the rule. This is not like a beverage, it's a medicine. Also, I do have to ask, and I mean this with no disrespect, do you live in Wisconsin? Your doctor prescribed milk to you. Does your doctor work in like a garage in their home that they converted into an office? It just seems I don't know if I could imagine going to the doctor and getting a prescription for whole milk. If you break a bone? No, if you break a bone, you go to the hospital, you get a cast. They don't just say drink 2 glasses of milk a day. That's not science, that's pseudoscience. That's some Dr. Oz shit. That's crazy. I've never seen chat move this fast. Just pour some milk on it. You know, it's like a fucked up false dilemma, right? Like people are always like, how many bones you've broken? None. You know what? Probably like 85% of people in my generation grew up drinking milk. They were breaking their bones left, right, and center. I'm not saying that the milk makes your bones more brittle. Just that, you know, the odds of you breaking a bone are substantially more heavily correlated to your lifestyle choices than the amount of milk that you drink. I had a friend in middle school, he broke his arm, drank milk every morning. You know how he broke his arm? He got mad that he lost the game in StarCraft and smashed his forearm on his desk chair. Just shattered his forearm bone. I don't even know what that one's called. Oh, if only he drank 6 glasses of milk a day, maybe the chair would have broke. That doesn't make any sense. You get enough calcium from other sources, unless you get a prescription from a veterinarian. I don't know whether it was the ulna or the radius, okay? I just know the sound it made when I wasn't there, but I can imagine. Anyway, so I would much rather have water than milk. Also, I don't like the taste. It's more like beyond... the conceptual problem that I have with milk is one thing, but then I also don't like the taste. So, and then it's also everywhere. It's permeated the beverage industry. They use it as a base in so many things. There's milkshakes, flavored milks. They use milk as a base for a protein shake. Then also, oh, you can't have cereal anymore without milk. Like it's got its little tendrils all Archive 81 in like the whole food industry. So I'm not a milk guy. That's my take on it. Also, they make the milk cartons that kids drink in school. I think this is where things started for me. This is where my milk hatred started. They're too hard to open. And then when you open them, sometimes like they get way too much paper on the lip side and then it's way too thin on the far side. And then you drink it and the cardboard gets like soggy and then some milk starts and you're like almost eating paper every time you're drinking the milk. It's like, we got to move past that, man. A little milk carton is not an ideal way to consume any beverage. Anyway. This is, to be honest, I've long been a believer that you can't really tell the difference between Pepsi and Coke unless you drink way too much of both of them, or either of them, I suppose. I see now that there is a Diet Coke on the list. I would, at a restaurant, I would order a Diet Coke from time to time. With a DoorDash order, I would add a Diet Coke. A regular Coke, a regular Pepsi. I'm not saying they don't taste kind of good, but honestly, I'll stick with water, thanks. I would if you gave me the choice, unless I was hungry, I would take a water over a Pepsi any day of the week. And I'm not a health nut. Like there's things on this list that have calories that I would take over water any day of the week. But I would rather have water than Pepsi 100% of the time unless I'm hungry.
Okay, hang on a second. I'll get it right this time.
I'm not going to let a dick measuring contest get in the way of a good business deal.
Right. Just because of all the fucking around and time wasting, I'm going to make a slight amendment.
You started it though. Yeah, there you go.
There
For
we go.
each failed attempt, it should be plus $1.
I'm not going to let little dick measuring get in the way of good business.
All right. You got
also,
a lot of
you
money.
just gave me all your money, man. What the hell are you doing? Offer me another.
Shit.
You just gave me 500. Offer me another trade.
Why's the interface so fucking bad?
So now,
Fuck.
you've got to give him
I can't believe
1,002.
Okay.
I was wondering, like, why? How does this guy have
You
so much
offer me the
money?
deal, I'll give the money back.
I did it on the wrong fucking side.
Oh man. Dude, honestly, this is like just a cursed seed for it.
Must be.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just hold it opposite.
I'm so mad my first
thank you,
BLGs
James.
were good on both.
When is this bit over? When is your name over? Creative Writing 00179? Account created like a month ago? What the hell? You only recently heard of this Twitch phenomenon? Docket, happy birthday. You use an exclamation point docket in the chat? There's no way. This is ban evasion. Account created January 17th. Hold on. Now I'm going into the on-ban requests and I'm doing a little cross-referencing. Because there have been some on-ban requests that I have punished. Hold on. Is this about 30 days ago? There is one. I don't know. Jim, is this you? I'm just asking. I'm now doing the auditing. Let's see what your first message in chat is. One of your first messages in chat was a -2. That's absurd. In fact, almost all of your messages are just -2s or... And I'm not saying... It's all -2s, man. It's just -2s, and then every once in a while you say something about Joe Rogan. I'm not even suggesting that you're a Joe Rogan supporter. I'm just, you do seem to be typing his name a lot. It seems like he's living rent-free one way or the other. What? What? You hit me with a what? I'm the one looking through your post history right now. Look, okay, here's January 22nd. You ready? This is your first day in the chat. Sorry, January 21st. The first message you wrote in here, the Joe Rogan strats. January 27th, the only message you wrote in chat. Was it Joe Rogan? Obviously, I don't know what that is in context to. February 1st, you wrote 4 messages. First one, thank fuck it's not Super Auto Pets, followed by a -2, followed by a -2, and then an hour and a half later, out of nowhere, no ski jumping. Guess I was talking about like my favorite Olympic events, maybe. Then February 2nd, fuck Super Auto Pets, and then, you know, a bunch of stuff about Rogue Tower, which is fine. Yo, this with the harpsichord in the background, this is going hard. There's so many -2s. Docket -2. Everything is so much better than Super Auto Pets. -2, -2, -2, -2. General Grievous. I'm just. When is SAP over? Can you do that tomorrow and play something else? Holy cow. Do we know what's after Super Auto Pets? Is he gonna play something else soon? Look, at least it's not Super Auto Pets. Dude, all your comments are -2s or just hating Super Auto Pets. What the hell happened? Did you lose everything in the casino? Look, I'm not gonna ban you. I mean, at least you're consistent. I'm just surprised. I don't even think you're a hate watcher. I think you're just a hate chatter. You might be like you might enjoy watching the show, but you only type when you're angry. That's a normal human thing. That's not like something to be ashamed of. That's what most people are like. Most people have like a nice meal at a restaurant. They're not gonna go like look up the restaurant and leave like a 4-star review. If they have a 1-star experience at a restaurant, they're like, I'm gonna take down a small business. UPS is so funny, man. Like, I'm not knocking the UPS driver, okay? I also didn't realize how thin my window was because I was shouting and laughing with chat. And then I just heard through the window, I need your name, please. And I was like, oh, shit, they can hear that every time? I've been talking shit every time I get a delivery for like 2 years. I'll be like, look at this guy. Look at this guy dropping off. Why do we get so many packages? This shit is so annoying. There we go. But I'm telling you, new controller is way better at the BLJs. The Joy-Cons were not it. That's gonna happen from time to time. Did you see the post that went viral on Twitter that was like, I say this lovingly, nerds being upset with the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring trailer because it showed the birthing pits at Isengard where they create the Uruk-hai. I'm not talking about the Amazon show. I'm talking about the ones from like 20 years ago when the Fellowship of the Ring came out. There were like essays written about how they're like, some of them were like, I gotta find it, man. There's a great comment that is just like, it just goes off on Peter Jackson. Hold on. I'm searching this, I don't care. Lord of the Rings birthing pit. Latest. No results. Lord of the Rings forum. Hold on. I am on the right page. I just need to find it. I'll look back at how fans in 2001 criticized Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. Okay, this is way too many posts, but I have come to the conclusion that Peter Jackson, this is just from the trailer. I've come to the conclusion Peter Jackson is probably just not a good director. I know Peter, what's his name? This is a separate post. These are all, every line is a new post. I know Peter, what's his name, may have cinematic license, but has this dude even ever read the books? Jackson is taking ludicrous and unnecessary liberties with the movie. I must cry out, why? Why not leave things as they are? Tolkien created an extremely detailed and consistent universe. For the bastard Peter Jackson to disrespect it, it is unconscionable. From the many quotes I've seen from Peter Jackson and actors, they have a pretty warped idea of what it means to stay true to the story. What a load of two-sided, speaking out of both sides of their mouth drivel. They're spouting lies the whole time. I mean, listen to Sean Astin's quote. He obviously hasn't read the books himself, so apparently Mr. Jackson has been lying to his own cast as well. How could Peter Jackson do this? Loser! To feel better about himself, the director simply looks for something from the books to change. Hold on. The writer, Tolkien, needs to get mean and face up to the childlike director and his marketing freaks. Peter Jackson appears to feel his changes are insignificant and shouldn't trouble anyone. Sheesh, what an idiot. I feel that he intends this trilogy as his legacy. He is milking it for every bit of publicity it's worth. I mean, no one has heard of him from before this. How the hell did he manage to be the one to do it, I wonder? They should have given it to Joel Schumacher. That would have been sick. Hollywood screwed Lord of the Rings to high heaven so badly, Peter Jackson might be killed by a chaotic fan. May the dreaded swan boat sail over your grave, Peter Jackson, and Glorfindel's white horse personally pee on it. If he doesn't change this, I will rip off his throat, shit down it, and then crush him with my dragon blue drog. Liv Tyler is every bit as guilty as Peter Jackson. She volunteered to destroy Arwen for money. To her, it's just another script, and she, rich as she is, decided she would take part in the blasphemy that is what has happened with her character. Any actor with a conscience would have turned this down when they considered the disappointment of their fans. Holy crap, man, this is so good. As for Christopher Lee, well, we're talking about a guy who isn't beneath taking cheap roles in wretched films of every incarnation of Dracula imaginable, so I can see that the money in his pocket wasn't a problem. How else do you explain why he has said nothing about his character? I think when you see the cast list, there's people who don't really have a career anymore, but are willing to ignore the fact that they are prostituting themselves and Tolkien's writings so long as they got paid. This is the only way I can justify Christopher Lee being in this movie when we know he's a fan of the books. We already know Ian McKellen has done a lousy job. Oh, man. By the way, there's like so many more. Gandalf grabbing Frodo and asking, "Is it safe?" looks like a crazy man. Gandalf becomes a sputtering madman. Is it safe? Gandalf sputtering like a senile old man? Yeah, right. Gandalf is a nutcase who's stupid enough to bump his head in a house he visited many times. It sounds like Gandalf is a stooge. What does he do? Fart when you pull on his beard? Gandalf seems like a scaredy cat in the clips. Well, if it's any consolation, he'll die before the end, although you might wish that it comes a bit sooner. This shit is so good. Is actually just insanity. There's so many more. I apologize for going on so long. This is the one I was looking for. I am reiterating my intention to not give the bastard Peter Jackson even a dime of my money. That's why God invented the bootleg download. It was Sean Parker of Napster, actually. I will not go see this movie in the theater. I will not buy it or rent it on DVD or VHS. I will download a free copy of the movie off of the internet. I've never done this before and probably won't do so again, but I will not give the bastard Peter Jackson a cent of my money. We must take a stand now, and I'll vow not to see any of the movies. I didn't go see the movie, and I won't go today either, or tomorrow. I choose to keep my integrity, unlike some people who direct blockbuster movies. Oh, man. My God. He's actually landed the Tony Hawk, the scariest part of the whole run. Every time I do that, I think about Squeak saying, just spam the A button. And honestly, I think that's helped me out. I forgot how to drive Mario in reverse. I forgot you're supposed to turn the steering wheel in the direction you want to go. I did it a little backwards there.
Yeah, let's keep moving. We're getting closer to the top.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You! I know what you're trying to do. You! Stop that! Ryan.
Oh, I was waiting for my moment to get you back, and I got you back. It's alright, I'm not disheartened. Beautiful. That's mental right there. We do a little robbery. Strong mental when you get robbed, don't let it cut you out. Still a great run. 22-31. Probably we're talking that's the 𝓒𝓱𝓸𝓲𝓬𝓮. That's the second best run I've ever done. New route, new controller. We're getting there. Load them up. We gotta put pressure where there's none. Oh! Feed me. Roll me. I need an eagle or chocolate. Eagle or chocolate? Chocolate? I don't even care if we lose this round. Now I pill your ass. We got a 24-24 level 3 octopus that just got spat out.
Once I get my real body back, I can fix you.
Oh, is that so? Then why did you buy the expensive Turbo X
Uh-oh.
2000? Huh?
That was supposed to be a secret? How does the book know that?
With the Turbo X2
Because it's a book of love.
A pretentious French vacuum who can't even suck properly. I'll show you who's the best sucker.
I'm listening.
Okay, out of here. See you later. Good night.
Coca. What do I do? I'm just
You just gotta hit. Oh, maybe I can help you.
What do I do?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Sweet moves. Like your style, man.
Oh,
Holy
thanks,
cow.
Anna.
Oh, you have to nail me.
Oh, really? I will bet a ban on mana siphons working from a higher elevation. I don't have a horse in this race, so you know what? Let's test it. I think you would be banned right now. I don't know. Is he getting it? These guys are getting it. This guy looks inactive, but he's also pointing towards it. It's working. It's working. All right. So you now turnabout is fair play. You get to ban any chatter of your choice, and it can't be me, it can't be any VIPs, and it can't be any other streamers. Any other verified streamers. I will ban an affiliate for you. It can't be staff either. I literally don't have the power. Trust me, I've tried.
Dad?
Uh-oh.
Dad, I have to tell
Don't
you.
talk to
That
Dad.
is
Dad's got he got soul jacked.
Have you heard of this book by Dr. Hakim?
That is not here.
Dad's a three-eyed raven right now.
Because then
His eyes are doing the thing that
the
dude's
white-
eyes did
the
in
white
Dune.
eyes.
Yeah.
if you want, you can borrow the book. Okay. You're busy.
Oh man, you eyes your own kid.
Well, I mean, she's the one who transferred their soul to a inanimate object. She can't really be too
She's
upset.
definitely gonna be. There's definitely gonna choose mom.
We'll see about that.
I choose mom.
Wait till she finds out mom's dead on the couch.
But I'm okay.
This is for the future. This is not for the now. Buy me. We need some engine to scale. That's why we're doing what we're doing right now, okay? And then a sheep at the back to surprise him. Where's your question marks now? Where's your question marks now? We won on our pivot. Get bent. Certified drunk high? This man has lost his mind? I think about this stuff. Most people just ambiently wander through life in a daze of consumption. Oh, this is good. Sweet. Every movie they see. I think this is the best movie I've ever seen. I think this is the best movie I've ever seen. I'm constantly turning the gears in there. Why do I like this? Should I like this? What purpose does it serve? Does it just taste good because it's hitting like an animal part of my brain, or does it taste good because it's hitting an executive function level in my brain? I compare and contrast. I look at them across different continuums and gradients of criteria. That's why I'm the only one that has to do the tier list. God gives his hardest tasks to his strongest soldiers, okay? So yeah, you can say -2 all you want. But I'm the only one crunching the damn numbers. But I do always laugh when people put like human morals on animals. I think it's a lot easier to have like morals and ethics when you like live in a building and sleep in a bed, and you know, you don't have the reasonable expectation that every extra day in the jungle could be your last, because like some larger animal could just come up to your house and like fucking eat you and your whole family. Like, I think it's, the chimpanzees are radicalized, man, but that's because they live in a radical world. So yeah, some animals, they're like rude to each other, or they have like some tendencies that human beings would look at and be like, what the hell? That's so mean. But they're like, yeah, you'd probably be a little bit more fucked up too if you like lived outside in the wilderness. There were predators everywhere. You'd probably be like, okay, a lot of the beliefs that I held in real life, it turns out that was just because the veneer of society gave me the artifice of decency. Oh, it's crazy how the penguins try to steal other penguin babies. That's so sad. Bro, they live in Antarctica. You ever see what human beings tweet if they like have to eat a food they don't like for lunch one day? They turn into like the Joker. I can't believe my mom made sweet potatoes instead of mashed potatoes. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna run away. And the penguins live in Antarctica. It's -70 degrees Celsius. Cut him some slack, man. Anyway, sorry. I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit. Mortars, please. Don't worry. Mortars, flame towers. Look at them. They're melting to DOT. We're not even sweating them. We're fine. We're fine. Ye of little faith. He probably doesn't spit out any more enemies anyway. Bro, you got so much HP. What are you doing? You got so much HP. Stop it. No! 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 Yet another wave of enemies inside of him? Alright. I shouldn't have bet the house on that one. I was 18 minutes off. What the heck? Sorry, this run has now officially become practice. You can get out. You can get out. If you zero frame tap, you can get out. It's now, okay. This is actually good. Believe it or not, this is good. Because now the pressure's off for a PB. And we can just focus on improving the segments. We start with Justin strats. We go heavy. We go fast. That could be in. I'm choosing to believe. I'm still choosing to believe. 1, 2, 3. I'm out. I'm out. Let me go get you a little Plock beach theme. I'll get a single serving cheese and see you in 3 minutes.